All right, here we go. Today we have Kisha Chavis, who was recently thrust in the public eye when she posted an argument with her former NBA husband, Joe Smith, when he found out she had secretly launched an OnlyFans page. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Hi, Vlad. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for coming in. You're all over the place now.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's start at the very beginning because we all know what's going on now, but I want to kind of get the backstory. So you were born in the Bronx.
Yes.
So what was the Bronx like in the mid-'80s?
I wasn't living in the Bronx in the 80s. I was actually in Teaneck, New Jersey.
Oh, so you moved to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Which is not too far.
Not that far.
Okay.
I think I was born in the Bronx. I lived there for a very short time. My mom moved me to St. Croix when I was about 5 or 4. And then from St. Croix, I went to my grandmother in Jersey.
Okay. So you lived with your grandmother?
Yes, my grandmother raised me.
Okay, what happened with your mom and dad?
My father, we're still trying to find out exactly who he is. Like, I've pinpointed the family.
Sure.
We just can't figure out who is my father in the family. And my mother just has, like, no idea.
No idea.
Like, she thought this one guy was my dad, and then I found them, and we tested, and it wasn't him.
Okay.
Like a whole Maury situation. So now she's just like, I don't know these people. So that just, I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Okay. Well, why wasn't your mom
right now?
Why wasn't your mom raising you?
She honestly, she was a singer. She was traveling. She was an act. It's so crazy. I ended up going to Germany. She toured Germany on a USO tour when I was a kid. She just wasn't really she didn't like being pregnant. She didn't want to be a parent really, like to this day, she's more like a friend than my mom, My grandmother was my mom.
I mean, do you think that created some kind of mommy-daddy issues in a way?
Oh, I have a lot of issues. I need therapy. I know I do. I'm
Okay.
I'm all fucked up.
Okay. So then what made you get into adult film?
I ran away from home.
At what age?
I was about 15 going on 16.
Okay.
I ran away. I wasn't happy at home. I was suicidal. I was just going through a lot with school and my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were how old? 18 when you started or 19?
17 going on 18 when I made my first movie.
Oh, so you were underage.
I was just legal, right? I just turned 18 when I made my first movie. Just turned 18, yeah.
Okay. And what made you do it?
Well, I met Heather Hunter.
Okay.
And she was a star in my eyes. I wanted to be in the industry, music, whatever. And she just was like the first star to me. Like, she was just beautiful and she was so graceful on stage dancing. And I was like, I want to be like her. And yeah, she took me under her wing. And that's how I made my first adult film.
Okay. I've interviewed Heather before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool
She's
person.
a beautiful person. Yeah. She's
absolutely.
really wonderful. I love her to this day.
Absolutely. Okay. So with her kind of showing you the ropes, you did your first scene.
Yes. Heather Hunter's Home Movies was my first scene.
Okay.
Yes.
And this was 89?
This was like 89, yeah. 1989.
Okay. Were you nervous coming into it?
Yeah. My first film, I was very nervous, but it was more about the acting for me, I really I thrived when it comes to doing my dialogue. So
okay.
Yeah.
And you chose the name Yasmine Pendavis.
No, then I was Monique Seabrook.
Okay.
My name is Kisha Monique Seabrook. I was married once before.
Okay. Were you married at that time?
During the porn years?
Yeah.
I got married in 1991.
So
92?
2 years later.
Yes.
2-3 years later.
Yes.
Okay. So you changed your name to Yasmine Pendavis?
In 2000, probably 1999, 2000.
Oh, so later on.
Later on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So everything was Monique Seabrook before.
Yes.
And then Yasmine.
Yes. And then there's always a break in between my filming. So I did the Heather Hunter stuff with Vidway Video. And then I got in trouble. I had did some when I was a runaway. I had did some credit card scam shit and got in trouble. So I came from my first AVN award. I just finished signing autographs and I got back home to New York and the feds had ransacked Barry Goldman's apartment. And I didn't go home to that house. I went to my cousin's house. And my aunt, my godmother, snitched me out and was like, she's at my daughter's house. And they arrested me. And I went to Rikers Island where I met my daughter's father, Ken Chavis.
Oh, okay. You met your daughter's father in Rikers.
Yes, he was a correction officer.
Oh, he was a correctional officer. Yeah, I was going to say, how do you meet a man in a
CO.
women's prison? Okay. How long were you locked up for?
About 9 months, 8 months.
Okay.
Like that.
How was that?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I'll never get in trouble again.
I know, right? Rikers is Rikers.
Like I got a speeding thing and went to jail for like a night. I had a heart attack. I was like, oh God, no, not this again.